Hey guys, thanks for clicking. Hadn't made a video in a long while, but I've been real busy with my machine. I've been making a lot of decals, a lot of shirts. I've been making a lot of things. One of the things that comes up when you're working with this printer is the waste cartridge. So I think now, I don't know if the price went up on those, but last time I checked, they're around $75. But you can take them apart and take the original filter material out of there and replace it with some foam or some other soft material. A lot of people put paper towels. I use this furniture type foam. You can get this at Hobby Lobby in a big square, and I basically measured a square section of it just by eye. I didn't really use a tape measure. Maybe I did the first time. This is like the third time I've done this. This is the original filter that came with the printer. So I cut a piece of this out, and then I'll cut a small square sheet of this old t-shirt to put it on top. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like once that it's been full. So I removed all 4 of the screws. There's one just laying there, and then there's little 4 screws on top. Set those aside and don't lose them. When you pull this top off, you might have to pry it up with a little screwdriver or something to get into the inside of it. But I was able to pull it open. So when you pull it open, this is my replacement material. You'll have the filtered material in there if this is your first time doing it. But here is the piece of t-shirt that I showed you. This is how it is, all soaked up. So when you're pulling your original material out, there's a flat piece on top. When you pull it off, you'll see it'll have an indentation on the inside for the rest of the filter material. And in there is where I've got my seat cushion. So I've done this both ways. I've done it where I didn't put this, I kept the original piece on top and didn't have this piece of t-shirt. I'm just gonna throw it in this box. And I put just this foam in the bottom of it. And the majority of the foam absorbed the waste ink. Now that I've used this piece of t-shirt, it seems like this piece of t-shirt has absorbed most of it. And look, it's very messy. So once you touch it, it gets all over your hand. So, you know, wear some gloves. But when I pull this out, it's in there pretty good. It's full. I can feel it. It's dripping. You can see it in there, so you can see it just even dripped off on the side. So this is an old box. It's probably gonna drip through to the bottom. It's already coming out the corner right there, so I'm gonna take that right to the trash. Yeah, it just dripped on my driveway, so chunk that. So now I got a mess, but I don't care, it's the driveway. So just be sure you got plenty of rags handy and something to wipe up the inside, because it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty messy. You could probably pour it in an old cup or something. You know, just clean it the best that you can. So I cut this old water bottle from Walmart in, and I'm just gonna try to pour it out without making a huge mess. It's just a little bit. It's not much. But you can kind of see the ink going through there, and that's the ink that's getting pumped through your machine constantly. You can see it's starting to just kind of drip out. But I'm going to take some paper towels, some blue, those little blue shop paper towels you get, and just wipe it up real good. I'm not going to spray any cleaning material or cleaning solution in there. I'm just going to wipe it the best I can. So now I've pretty much wiped it clean. The light color material you see in there is the white ink. I have a white ink machine, so that's why you see that in there. I'm just gonna take this foam material that I showed you earlier, and it's already pretty much the same height that it needs to be. I'm gonna cut a square basically to fit the same shape, and then I'll cut a piece of the t-shirt to go on top, just to kind of help, just to recreate that cover that was on top. And how I cut that foam is I just slice through it with a real sharp box cutter. I've got a fresh box cutter blade in there, so I'll cut right through it and make it fit. Here's a quick tip too. As I'm cutting it, I'll just set it on the corner of the foam, just because since that's the size that the foam needs to be. And then I ran the blade on the bottom of it just to cut it to shape. So now all I'll do is I'll take this blade and I'll just keep cutting all the way down until I get my square. And so there it is. There's my piece of foam. So now I'll stuff it in there. When I stuff it in there, I'm going to cut a little section out right here, so the little little hose, the drain hose that comes out of the printer will go in there, and it'll give it space to kind of dispose, or kind of shoot the ink into the waste container. And again, for this, I just stuffed it down in there, and now I'm gonna, I'll push it down this section over here just to kind of see where I need to cut that hole, and I'll cut my little, probably about like a 2 by 1 inch deep square in there, so it'll maybe a 2 by 2 inch because it's just so fluffy. But I'll cut that square in there and put a piece of t-shirt on top like I had before and screw it back down. And there you go. It's not perfect, but it's what I call good enough, right? So now I'm gonna cut a piece of this old t-shirt that I have. I'm gonna kind of fold it and just probably like a 2-layer piece just to stick on top. And I just thought about it. If you don't have a t-shirt, you could probably fold a bunch of these paper towels, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and stick them on top there as well. But I'm gonna use a t-shirt because I feel like it's more absorbent than these paper towels. So here's the piece of t-shirt that I cut. It's just the bottom of a large t-shirt. I'm just gonna fold it like 3 times. So that's like what, 6 layers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And then I'll put it back on top like I had that other one. Just kind of stuff it down in there. And then once I get it stuffed down in there, I'll get the cover back on, and it'll be good to go. And there we go. It's ready to go. Just give it a good wipe down and make sure the hole is clear. Gotta wipe the front right there. You can kind of see where the foam is in there, but once I get that tube in there, it'll push that down. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And there we go. I stuck it in and it's ready to go. Here's a decal that I'm working on. I also have some shirts. Here's some transfers that I was working on for the shirts. I was sticking these on polos and under some other vinyl on some shirts. Let me show you some of those. So here's one of the t-shirts. I've also been making some koozies. Also make my own little price tags to stick on there. About to get a lot of, that's a t-shirt, another t-shirt. These are like the, what do you call it? The self-wicking shirts. I made a sweatshirt, a non-hoodie. This one's a hoodie. Another one with that little design. That's just regular vinyl. And then a full color print. There's a few more of those. And then I did some special vinyl that it took me a little bit to get one together. Here's a polo with it on the corner. Came out pretty good. And then here's this. I didn't do this. I did half of this on the BN20, and then the other half is just straight up cut glitter vinyl. So that took me a little while to make, to weed out and kind of line up. It was a pain, but turned out pretty cool. But those are some of the things that I'm making. Once again, thanks for watching.